Coming soon from Big Fish Productions. Ah, good morning. I believe you've been expecting me.
No.
Oh. He works alone. Well, because nobody hires me. In danger. And in shadow. No, they didn't want me either, actually. He is Steve Solomon, Special Agent. I would very much like to destroy him. Very much, indeed. And he works for... Second Action Department. It's far too exciting for me. It's the series for exotic locations.
We've got a situation brewing on the Isle of Wight, Solomon.
And international intrigue. What can you tell me about the late Professor Caterpillar?
Oh, my darling, you're dealing with dark forces you won't be able to control.
Then I should probably pack my other sweater.
Steve Solomon, thank goodness you have come.
When the situation spells danger.
Yeah, boss, one bag of chips, no salt or vinegar, that'll be $1.79, please.
When the stakes are impossible. Oh, I'm afraid I actually only have £1.40. And everyone else is busy with other things.
Ah, you have thwarted my plans again.
Well, slow and steady wins the race, Dr. Pumpernickel. There's only one person to call.
I knew it would be you in the end, Solomon.
I pride myself on being entirely predictable. He lives for excitement. He lives on the edge. Someone's nicked one of my calls.
Oh, you know how you really draw the listener's interest in a trailer like this? You include someone making a cryptic comment in order to make the series seem all epic and mysterious. Like something is coming. Oh yes, that's a good one, because then you can build it through the whole season.
And have it go more or less nowhere in the two-part finale.
Yes, that's right. He's got it. Yes, that's it.
And he goes into space, whoosh, or travels through time. Dr. Watson, I presume? Or something like that. Why not? Hold on tight, everybody. Because here we go.
Unexpected item in bagging area.
Oh, bother. And maybe there's a robot monkey in it.
How much do you remember about who you were before?
Da-da-da-da-dow. Pew, pew. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
You don't eat breakfast.
Then no wonder I'm feeling peckish. You've been running your whole life, Solomon. This is where it ends. You're quite right, General. Now that I have this rather nifty motor bicycle, I'll be on my way.
Oh, my back. Oh, that's done my back in. Oh, Marina, be a dear and fetch the deep heat. Oh, this is what comes of pretending to be something you're not. Oh, thank you. What's that? No, I said deep heat, not as... Oh, it is. It is deep heat. Oh, it's the Stingray episode called Deep Heat, yeah. Well, it's not quite what I had in mind, but I suppose I'll have to do it. Well, here's Deep Heat. Oh.
Stingray!
So, welcome back to Stingray on the Randomiser, and this is a Randomiser installment with a couple of firsts, actually. Firstly, I believe, although it's not evident from watching the episode anymore, I think this episode was the first one to open with the full colour sea water explosion, you know, the standby for action bit. Unfortunately, on DVD now, it's been replaced with the earlier black and white one for some reason, but I'm pretty sure that's correct. As oh, poor little sea probe cruises along the bottom of the ocean floor. But even more exciting, and indeed quite worthy of the important sounding music as we cross to Marineville, where Lieutenant Fisher and Commander Shaw are monitoring sea probe.
Remote controlled undersea survey probe in position south-southwest, 2000, reference 4.
Probe signal varying at 55 and 80 sonic megabars per minute.
Yes, we'll be through with this section soon.
Yes, Commander. This sure is a swell way to survey the ocean floor.
I know it, Lieutenant.
Oh, this I should also actually mention this is
Explore space.
Yeah, no manpower actually in danger.
another of those amazing moments we have.
To note the probe's findings, that's all.
Yes, I know another.
The same actor talking to himself, playing two different characters, Commander Shaw and Lieutenant Fisher.
He can go out and enjoy himself.
And by this point in the series, you were getting these... Oh, there's a nice cameo from the Wasps jazz band there. It's 2 or 3 episodes before they even appeared. Yeah, you get some really nice argument scenes between Commander Shaw and Lieutenant Fisher, similar to those in Fireball XL5 between Commander Zero and Lieutenant 90.
With unmanned instruments.
So it's amazing that it's the same actor
Gene Troy.
doing both characters.
that, do you? Relax, phones. I was only kidding.
Meanwhile, the Stingray crew are out for a night on the town.
Nice and snug while Sea Probe is in that cold old sea doing all the work for us.
Some familiar puppets at the bar behind them as well. But anyway, I mentioned a significant landmark event in the history of the Randomiser. I have a new microphone. So if this episode sounds completely different to normal, and I hope it does, because I spent enough money on this thing, that will be why. I previously was recording on a little portable, a Tascam portable recorder, which, although it has variable direction microphones on the top, it's not really a proper microphone setup as such. So, this is actually the very first thing I've recorded with this new microphone. I barely got the thing set up as of about
beneath the ocean bed? How?
10 minutes ago. So you guys and this episode are my my guinea pigs, my test subject for this new microphone setup.
There's a submerged, extinct volcano there.
And because I was the Tascam portable recorder has a memory card slot, I was recording directly to the recorder. Here I'm recording directly to my computer. Basically, what I'm saying is there's 1,000 ways that recording this installment of the Randomiser could go wrong, and I hope it doesn't.
Cork's being pulled now.
Oh, we're having champagne at the
Wait for it.
oh, it's the Blue Lagoon, isn't it?
Always makes me jump.
Lounge. They went to a couple of times in this show. I think they were there in Standby for Action as well. But before the cork can be pulled...
Power. Hold the champagne. What's wrong, Commander?
Plenty. The sea probe that has been mapping the seabed has disappeared. I want you to report to the tower immediately so that I
Is
can...
that the same sea probe that was destroyed in the first episode, Commander Shaw? We probably should look at renaming these things. The name sea probe seems very unlucky. I'm not sure. What were they having champagne for? Just because they could? Oh well, enough of that. No champagne for Troy today. Marina doesn't look too happy about that either as they head into Stingray.
Stingray, you are clear to go.
And as much as I love the Stingray launch sequence, I've always hated that one shot of Stingray just about to come through the ocean door where the turbine isn't rotating.
Okay, Troy. Proceed to positions.
And it's so brief. I know it's a very minor thing to complain about, but the rest of the sequence looks so good, and then you get this one shot of Stingray absolutely frozen.
Yes, sir.
Moving along the tunnel.
Contact up to a depth of 4 miles from the ocean bed.
4 miles? No extinct volcano can be that deep.
We've come up against stranger things than that beneath the sea.
Acceleration rate 6. Rate 6.
Now, although I probably first saw this episode on the BBC, I have stronger memories of it from being in the Invaders from the Deep compilation film. This was the final of the 4 episodes that were mashed together to create that little film.
Stingray in area reference 4, sir.
Okay, Atlanta. Keep a close track.
It was a compilation of Hostages of the Deep, Emergency Marineville, The Big Gun, and then this. And it...
Radar dead ahead.
Although those episodes are very...
Standby phones.
The framing device for the film is Titan's telling all his subjects to destroy Marineville, which in the case of this episode, as we'll discuss later, isn't really appropriate. It does make sense to have this episode directly after The Big Gun, because in The Big Gun, Stingray went into a subterranean sea further...
We're going down. We're being pulled down.
Deeper than they'd ever gone before.
Gotta keep her on an even keel.
And the ship was almost crushed. And now, this time, they're prepared for another subterranean trip.
Stingray from tower. I didn't get you last.
And they've brought along this homing device communicator to...
Start high-frequency tracking pack phones.
Or high-frequency tracking pack, sorry. To allow Marineville to keep monitoring them. There we go. That's on now.
The tracking pack's operating.
Yeah. They're going very...
Now, in the film, it does...
It's happening again, Atlanta.
As disconnected as all the episodes in that film are, it doesn't quite make sense for them to have devised something like that so quickly, just within the context of the film. But here, like 20 episodes later, it does make sense that you know, it's nice to see the Stingray crew. They've learned from their experiences, they've learned from their mistakes, and it's a nice little bit of continuity that they've been in this situation once or twice before. Now they're saying, you know, hey, we should probably prepare for it in case it happens again.
2.5 miles, Troy. That's the crater's depth.
Now we want to find out what's waiting for us at the bottom.
Stingray's going down, down, down.
Tracking signal half strength.
That's 2 miles beneath the seabed. Thank heavens we know Stingray can stand that water pressure.
See another mention of mild continuity, because last time in the Big Gun,
Nearly 2.5 miles.
the ship nearly crumpled under such pressure.
Why doesn't Troy slow her up? Blow tanks, Troy. Now.
Blow all tanks. Now.
Slight psychic connection between Troy and Atlanta there.
We're going faster.
How much further?
200 feet.
This is it.
Going very fast now, but they're nearly at the bottom of the crater.
20 feet to go.
And it's a very well lit extinct volcano with a proper landing pad at the bottom, and there's Sea Probe. Just waiting patiently. It looks like the centre of a UFO, or Stingray collided with it there.
What is this place?
I can't say, Troy.
Oh, Troy's got his blinking head on. I don't think there's any narrative reason for that. Oh, there is. They turned the lights on. It was well lit enough already.
Attention, Terranians! Listen carefully. You will swim out of your craft towards the door. It is an airlock.
Where's that voice coming from?
It's all around us, Troy.
Obey me, or it will be disastrous for you.
What does he mean?
That, I guess.
Uh-oh. Oh, missiles. Yes. And as we'll later see, this...
like the man says, let's make for that airlock.
This little underground complex that Stingray has found itself in is... It doesn't quite make sense for it to be so well defended. Oh, that's a possibly a unique shot of Marineville there. I don't remember seeing that in any other episode.
Tracking signal's been...
That was almost the entire model there. That was something different.
Well, what could have happened? Why doesn't the signal change?
Poor Atlanta. Poor Commander Shaw as well to have to put up with her worrying. You'd think at times like this, if Troy is in danger, you just put Fisher on duty, as Fisher doesn't care. Anyway, Troy and Phones are off to investigate what looks like an airlock door. They've still got these little missiles pointed at them. There we go.
Enter the airlock, Terranians.
Oh, Troy crashed into the airlock door frame there. And you can just about see that the top of the airlock door frame didn't have, well, there wasn't a top so that the puppets could get through, their strings could get through the top.
Where do we go from here?
Which is
there's no other door.
Gives Troy even less of a reason to crash into the thing.
Operate the control.
The man said operate the control. This must be it.
Yeah, sharp as ever. Phones the big red lever there.
Yeah, what a pace.
Oh, and Troy brought the tracking thing with him.
Well, we can be pretty sure they're still okay, Atlanta.
Yes, Father, but they're going deeper and so swiftly. It's almost as if they're heading for the center of the Earth.
And Atlanta's got a little machine on her desk there, which I guess is what they're tracking this, whatever pack it was. It looks like the homing thingy that X20 uses in Echo of Danger to lure Stingray away.
We'll have lost all track of us.
Oh, the beep has dropped beyond Atlanta's tolerance level.
We've lost contact.
Yeah, honey. They're beyond the transmitter's range, over 4 miles beneath the seabed.
And still going down.
We're slowing up.
And I do love this this control room set. Is it such a control room? This is well, this is where the elevator has brought them.
Aldana, Terranians.
And I love that David Graham voice.
Terranians. And we hear it in other episodes too, Terranian.
You have arrived just in time.
Here we go.
What is this place?
My name is Torata. This is fragile.
We have some fruit, Terranian, and a nice picnic blanket for some reason.
Lived under the earth for thousands of years.
Alas, this room is the only part of our dynamic city left. For a great
Dynamic city of Centralis we're in here.
Every one of your people is dead?
Yes.
Oh, Troy sounded actually a bit cross at that. It's like, a civilization has gone extinct in Stingray and I didn't get to cause genocide?
Our city was built within the shaft of the dormant volcano.
It was possibly not the brightest idea we've ever had.
All the rest destroyed by the lava, huh?
That is quite bleak for this show, actually. An entire civilization just destroyed off-screen. Except for, of course, 2 guys. I suppose it's a nice, it gives them a handy excuse to explain away the whole 2 guys thing.
Till now, if you listen carefully, you can hear the fury of the volcano just beyond these very walls.
And it looks like these 2 guys, Tarata and Fraggle, have prepared this map just in case of visitors.
Will erupt again.
There's one of them has even got a pointing stick, which he's now using. He's now holding it like a cane.
Apparatus to draw in the first crack.
That's quite sweet. And these are very interesting designs as well, these 2 aliens.
Breathe in water. We needed a craft to reach the terrain.
But, alas, the craft we chose was full of instruments.
I like their interesting sort of their hair, which looks like it's just strips of gold and brown cardboard or paper.
We were desperate. We had to make certain you would come down to rescue us.
But it's very effective. I believe one of these characters was made into a little Robert Harrop figurine at one point as well.
Ready to blow.
Anyway.
We better get out of here.
Yeah, the volcano's almost going to break down the door.
From the airlock.
Stingray's hatch is open. We can swim straight in. But there's only one problem.
Yeah, I thought of that too. We've only got 2 sets of breathing gear.
In that case, there is no problem. We will take the breathing apparatus.
Oh dear.
Dirty rats.
They may have lost their entire civilization, but they still have
Delay 1 more second and you die now.
a gun.
Phones. Maybe there's some other way out of this mess. Do as he says.
And although I get that these 2 are desperate, this is a twist in the story I've never particularly cared for.
Fraggle, we must be leaving.
Just why would, after luring Troy and Phones down here, why not just be nice and...
To prolong your suffering. We are humane people.
Yeah, this doesn't help. Shooting the door that's holding back the lava so that Troy and Phones can have a nice, slow, agonizing death in lava. What the hell, Tarata and Fraggle? It's like, you know, I don't know, it's just... This could have been one of those stories like The Lighthouse Dwellers or Sea of Oil. And Sea of Oil is actually a pretty good example, I think, because in that the aliens were hostile towards the Stingray crew, but by the end you understood why and you saw that they were good guys, really. Here it's kind of like the reverse. We have a situation of these 2 guys, the last of their civilization, which has been completely wiped out, and Troy and Phones are like, yeah, we'll help, and then they're just like, ha, no, we will just be nasty for no reason. But luckily, Marina has recognised that Tarata and Fraggle are not Troy and Phones, and she's shut Stingray's hull. They're not getting in there.
What do we do now? The hatch is closed. We cannot get in.
And they give up amazingly quickly as well. I'm not sure if they even noticed Marina was there. It seems like there should be a shot where she's like shaking her head or making a gesture to them, saying, no, not today, boys.
We will get them up here to open the hatch and then dispose of them.
What is with you guys? Again, I like this story, and I like this, especially this setup with the lava coming in. There's some really nice, not just effects work, but this set, the way they're...
Much longer, Troy.
They're showing the lava breaking through. It's not just coming through the door now. It's coming through the walls of the cave and the walls of the city.
Be ready. We must...
Which I suppose must have put the puppets or even the puppeteers in some degree of risk, more than normal.
And they are experienced enough to manage without breathing gear until we reach the hatch.
Why didn't we think of that in the first place? We could have been nice to them. Oh dear.
Yeah, all this stuff, the lava streaking down the walls.
The elevator's coming down.
Phones has got his smiling face on, because certain death, you know, that just makes him happy. Yeah, the cave walls and the... Oh, just... It's a really nice set, and it's a really nice way to see the set destroyed, all this lava and fire. And, oh, I don't even know what that lava would be made of, but it's probably something very toxic and something, flammable by the look of it as well. They probably wouldn't be able to use it today.
They must have collapsed.
I remember reading, like, there was some powder they used to use in explosives at the BBC, like back in the early 70s, to sort of dye the explosion pink. You see it in Doctor Who with the Autons, you see it in Monty Python a few times, and it's later on it was like, actually this stuff is massively toxic, and while I would never accuse the AP Films team of deliberately putting their team in danger, I would have thought that there's so much fire and explosion here, so there's got to be some danger. Oh, and this poor control panel as well. We get some shots of this one control panel going up increasingly in flames. Oh, there it is again. So now the whole control room is trashed, and
Going to do with us?
We're taking you back to Marineville, if we make it. And that's more than you deserve.
What are our chances, Troy?
Well, it all depends whether this...
See, I just don't like this,
doesn't suddenly blow.
These two who've lost their civilization, and they are the baddies. It's like, well, what is there to their baddiness beyond that? I mean, okay, they tried to kill Troy and Phones. Oh, this set is actually collapsing now. It's so much on fire. This backdrop sheet just fell away, and you could see, I think, sort of wooden beams supporting the set.
Hold your breath.
Oh, that's it. See, this is where it could have been resolved in the first place. We could have saved ourselves the last 10 minutes. Troy and Phones willing to hold their breath while the other two guys use the breathing gear and get back into Stingray. You could probably hack 10 minutes out of this, and it would probably still work just as well. Oh, and now the lava has reached the lift. A little landing bay. It's blown that up. Stingray's escaping. What about Sea Probe? They're going to leave Sea Probe behind while the volcano goes up. Oh dear. Poor old Sea Probe. All it wanted to do was study the ocean floor. Oh, that's it. All gone. Now Stingray's racing to escape from all the explosions.
The volcano's just about ready to blow.
And going back to Invaders from the Deep for a minute, it's, as I said before, the framing device for that is Titan telling his subjects to destroy Marineville. What the heck does this story have to do with that?
We hit the ocean, dive to the seabed.
Even as a kid, I never got that.
And the volcano blows.
The other 3 episodes, yes, you can kind of get it, but it's like, Tarata and Fraggle stuck in their ruined city at the bottom of a volcano. They're not going to be much help in the final push on Marineville, I don't think. Anyway, Stingray is now out of the volcano, which is about to blow. They got to dive for safety. Whoa, there it goes. Big water explosion.
Tower to Stingray. Are you okay? Come in, Stingray. Troy!
I also love the, you know how on Star Trek, when the actors are shaking to throwing themselves around the bridge to simulate the ship being hit. Marina and the 2 aliens are at the back of Stingray doing this as well, but of course because they're puppets, their falling and rolling and tumbling is even less convincing than it is on Star Trek. Anyway, Stingray is now, they've crashed, but they've escaped the volcano.
Come in, Stingray.
Unfortunately, their bookcase has been knocked over, but otherwise everyone seems okay.
Tower from Stingray.
Ooh,
We're okay, Atlanta.
The Phones puppet had his foot caught under the steering column.
You're safe.
Yeah, we're safe. And we've got a couple of passengers, too. Tell the commander to have the cooler ready.
These are real unpleasant guys.
Again, not particularly worse than anyone you've faced before. Again, they were desperate survivors. I just wish that wasn't so much a part of this story, the double cross. I would have thought just getting these 2 guys out of their city before it explodes.
This is where we came in.
Would have been enough, but no, we had to do the nasty aliens twist. Anyway, it was back to the Blue Lagoon, back to the champagne, back where it all started, and that was Deep Heat, which is an episode I've always had a soft spot for, despite the fact that, as I said, my first major exposure to it that I remember at least was Invaders from the Deep, where it sort of stuck out like a sore thumb there, because it was like it didn't have any relevance to the overall film. But I always enjoyed the destruction of that control room set is so... Oh, it's surprising to see so much special effects work on a puppet set. We're used to it on the model front, but I don't remember seeing too many scenes of puppet sets actually going up in flames like that. A nice sense of mystery in the first half as well, but I've never been keen on the whole twist of, oh, actually they're bad guys. And again, I get it was from desperation. I think it was like a story element too far that doesn't really add anything. But you know, Deep Heat, it's been a part of my childhood nostalgia for Stingray, so I think it's going to be one of those episodes I'll always have a bit of a soft spot for. Not blind to its faults, but certainly an enjoyable episode of Stingray.